in Cleveland. I think he can really do something. I just don't know if he can do it on a consistent basis and game after game after game. But I'm really excited to see him get a chance, like you said. I mean, he's not that young, but he's somebody that nobody's really given him a chance to really prove himself. And he did. He proved himself in a bunch of games last year for us because we needed him last year with no John Wall. He definitely got a bigger chance. So, yeah, Troy Brown, Hachimura, McRae's going to get a chance to show what he can do. Mo Wagner. That's right. I forgot.
Mo Wagner.
Wagner. Yeah, I forgot about him. I was talking about him earlier.
We'll see.
That was a sneaky pickup too because the Wizards wanted him.
Yeah.
The Wizards wanted him all along.
He was a scrappy player at Michigan, but this is not Michigan. This is the NBA. But we'll have to see. But the one thing we do know is the opportunities he wasn't getting in Los Angeles, he's going to get in Washington because of the situation we have of our roster. So that's kind of our state of the Wizards for now. Going over to the free agency of the rest of the league, winners and losers. I will let you kick this thing off, Pat. Who are the teams you think so far are winning free agency and why? Who's losing free agency and why?
Well, I'll start off with the winners. Obviously, the Nets. No one saw them getting the players that they got with KD and Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan. No one saw them taking them from the Knicks. I mean, it was like a signed, sealed, and delivered. The Knicks was going to be where they were going to go all year long. And then who knows what happened. I know the Knicks didn't. They came out and said they did not offer KD the max deal because they were concerned over the injury.
Yeah.
So
I can respect that. I mean, think about them. Not to cut you off, but think about Carmelo Anthony, the Amari Stoudemire signing, Antonio McDyess. The Knicks have signed so many iffy health players that have gotten burned by that. I can kind of understand.
Yeah, I mean, I see where they're coming from, but I mean, it's just one of those things. I actually like what the Pacers did, signing Jeremy Lamb and Brogdon. I think that's, with Oladipo healthy next year, I think that team can be definitely something. And Miles Turner, I mean, I think that's a pretty solid team last year. When Oladipo went down, they were the third team in the East.
Yeah, the big
and
facts,
they held
it.
They kind of held it. They, and I talked about them all year that they were that. I won't call them fake team, but they were that team that was going to the playoffs that really wasn't a playoff team.
Yeah, you did say
Oladipo, they weren't. But yeah, I definitely think I think the Blazers signing Mario Hezonja and Hassan Whiteside, I think those are two pretty big signings for the Blazers for a team that's looking for somebody to help with that backcourt with Lillard and McCollum. I think that's a pretty solid deal there. And the Jazz, obviously they didn't pick up Mike Conley Jr. in free agency, but the Jazz with their roster with Mike Conley Jr. picking up Bojan Bogdanovic, the guy from the Pacers that was really good last year, Ed Davis. I think the Jazz really improved their roster by getting Mike Conley Jr. as their point guard. I think
absolutely
that's a solid pickup.
To me, that's a big upgrade over Ricky Rubio. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and then of course the Pelicans. Yeah, okay, they got Zion with the number 1 overall pick, but JJ Redick, Derek Favors. I mean, those are good players. Like,
and they're vets.
They're good players. They're vets. They're obviously JJ Redick's a shooter, man. Jeez, flip. Zion can take it down inside, and if they double team him or something like that, guess you got JJ Redick out there. I mean, he's been improved year after year. I mean, he's always been a great 3-point shooter. Last year
would have been a great Laker,
right? The teams that I'm a little bit down on. And I say the Knicks, but I say the Knicks just because they didn't get KD and Kyrie. Really, that's why. If you really look at the deals that the Knicks signed, Reggie Bullock, Taj Gibson, Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Elfrid Payton, they're all on 2-year deals except for Julius Randle, and they're all 1-year player options. So, if they don't work out, they don't have to sign their player option the final year of their contract, and they're right back to where they were with all the money that they had. They don't have to pay the rest of the salary.
Yeah.
So they actually made some really smart moves.
That thinking is very un-Knicks-like, which is kind of a good thing.
It is. It is. The Suns signed Rubio and Comiskey. I mean,
I forgot Frank Kaminsky was in the NBA.
What did you do for your team, really? I mean, obviously, he didn't really get a chance there, but, I mean, I don't really think that's... It's just, to me, the Suns really had a chance. They got some young guys that haven't been playing. They could have traded them. They could have done something to improve that roster. The Hornets, of course, they lose Comiskey and they lose Walker, and they sign Terry Rozier. Now, Scary Terry is good. But how good is Scary Terry every game of the season?
Not just that, but who's with them? Who's with him down there besides himself?
Right.
Because you lost Jeremy Lamb.
Yep. I mean, Tony Parker's gone, which we know he retired. It's just, that team, I just think that the writing was on the wall. Kemba said, I gave it my all. No one could ever doubt me. I mean, he actually did it the right way. He thanked everyone. But he did. He gave it everything he had. And they couldn't put a roster together that could get them far at all in the playoffs. I think they made the playoffs a couple of times in his career there. But the Hornets and, of course, the Wizards, I mean, losing Satoransky, Portis, Ariza, and you get Ish Smith and Isaiah Thomas. I mean, yeah, okay, if Isaiah Thomas works out, then I'm okay with it. I'm not, down on it, but I'm not up on it with those two signings either. I think they could have done more. And then my last team, and it's kind of weird, but is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, please explain.
No.
Please explain.
No. The Los Angeles
I'm not saying
Lakers,
I disagree.
No, you have to hear me out. So the Los Angeles Lakers, right? They've signed Troy Daniels, right? They got Anthony Davis. Where's Klay Thompson at? Oh, he stayed with the Warriors. They were talking about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's still with the Wizards as far as I know. JJ Redick. These are players. They were looking for somebody, a shooter. That's what LeBron needs is shooters. So, yeah, Troy Daniels is a good shooter, but is he a consistently good shooter all year long? We'll see what can happen with that. But, no, the reason I say this is they can go either one way or the other. If they sign Kawhi, they're the winner side. If they don't sign Kawhi, they're the losers bracket. That's what I'm saying about the Lakers. I just don't think that they really did anything. They're just in that wait game, patiently waiting for Kawhi to make a decision. I mean, I know you're over here what's going on with Kawhi? And we're all,
I just tweeted, Kawhi, brother, please. I need to sleep. I got a 9 to 5 that pays my bills.
Is he going to go to the Clippers to go with Doc Rivers? Is he going to stay in Toronto?
Yeah.
I honestly, personally believe that he could go back to Toronto, even if he just went back for 1 year, did a 1 year, figured out what he wanted to do. Heck, if he wins another championship, keep signing the contract with him and stay with him. Why not if you're winning championships? Yeah. But all along, and I've read tons of articles, and I've looked it up, and he wants to come home. L.A. is home. He wants to come home. So it's either going to be the Lakers or it's going to be the Clippers. Personally, I thought the Lakers had no chance because I didn't think he wanted to team up with LeBron. But if you look at the rosters, where would you want to go today? Would you want to go with AD and LeBron? Granted, who else do they have? Oh, they have Kuzma.
Protect Kuzma at all costs, baby. I've been saying it for a whole year. Protect Kyle Kuzma at all costs. Well done, Rob Pelinka.
Hey, they did do that. That's the one thing they did right in L.A. But the Lakers could go either way for me. Kawhi Leonard signs with them today or tomorrow. The Lakers are in the winners category, but if they don't, and Kawhi either goes to the Clippers or stays with Toronto, I just think the Lakers really didn't do anything to help LeBron or AD at all.
Now, before I go into my winners and losers, I have a question for you, because I know I was one of them. When Kevin Durant signed with the Golden State Warriors, he's ruining basketball. The game needs to be changed. That's not allowed. The NBA needs a harder salary cap. Franchise tag people. All of us were saying that they have ruined the basketballs. We know it. They're the Monstars. That's the last jewel of Thanos' glove. If Kawhi Leonard signs with the Los Angeles Lakers, 2 questions for you. One, is Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, without even setting foot on the basketball floor, the greatest super team ever that we've seen? Those 3 guys. Yes, LeBron's not in his prime, but he's no regular 34-year-old. And then my second question is, how do you feel about that if Kawhi signs? Is Kawhi selling out? Is he a punk? All those things you're saying about Kevin Durant? Or is he not?
I'll answer your last question first, and I say no. And I say no for this reason. LeBron James is not in... he's not in the early part of his career. LeBron James is towards the end of his career. We saw what happened last year with the injury. It probably will continue. Not too many players in the NBA or any sport for that matter, after they turn a certain age, after they get over, 36, 37 years old.
Unless you're Tom Brady.
Right, unless you're Tom Brady. Right. But can sustain the level of play that they've played. They just cannot. They can play well, but they're not the superstar that they once were. Yeah. So,
like Vince Carter almost.
I believe that if Kawhi comes there with the thought that LeBron maybe has, 2 to 3 years left? To me, 2 to 3 years. I mean, he might have more. Who knows? Might play 5, 6 more years. Who knows? But in my opinion, he has 2 to 3 more years. So Kawhi comes, signs a 3 to 5 year deal. When LeBron leaves, AD and Kawhi, I mean, that's just the two of them. That's not the suit. And the whole thing about Kevin Durant going to the Warriors was the fact that the Warriors knocked the Thunder out of the playoffs the year before, was the fact that the Warriors just won the championship, was the fact that the Warriors already had 3 All-Stars on it, and you add one of the top players in the world in the game right now. Yeah, that's why they were saying that. I mean, you look at LeBron going to the Lakers. Yeah, LeBron is LeBron, and we're going to talk about LeBron till the end of time as one of the greatest of all time, and he is. I mean, he's up there for his position. He's up there for what he's done. I mean, his accolades are incredible. Is he the greatest basketball player ever? I think there's a debate on that because there's other players who might obviously put above him. But he's still one of the top 5, top 7 players, best players ever. So when you see LeBron and he comes to the Lakers, I know that people are like, oh, LeBron's in the Lakers, but it's not the same LeBron.
He's not 22 years old.
That's my point. You're not looking at the same LeBron. So when you team up LeBron and AD, yeah, great. I mean, they're both amazing players, but we have to see how LeBron's going to do with the injury, with what's going on. I mean, he has nobody. There's nobody on that team. And they're already saying that they're the favorite to win the title.
Yeah.
Nobody. You can't name anybody after Kuzma.
Yeah, I can't.
They're all gone.
There's another guy whose name I don't know. Sorry, young man. There's one other guy. I'm sorry, young man. I'll know your name soon enough, I'm sure.
So, and as far as are they the best? I think
super
you said
team
they're
the
best super team.
Like you think about when I say super team, I'm thinking Wade, Bosh, Braun. They're better than that. They're better than KD, Clay, and Steph. Are they the best super team?
I think KD, Steph, and Clay, because of the shooting that they had, I think they're better to me. I think dominant-wise, I mean, you look at how big Kawhi is, how strong he is, LeBron is, how dominant AD is on the inside. I think it's a different comparison. But as far as getting yourself out of a hole and scoring, 37 points in a quarter, I don't see any of those guys really jumping out and scoring. I mean, yeah, they can, but geez, flip. When Klay Thompson's on, when Curry's on, when Durant was on, I mean, they're unstoppable because they can all shoot from anywhere on the court.
That was the brewing of my hate. As a matter of fact, for those who were wondering, my Golden State Warrior haters card has been put back into the sock drawer. I am no longer now the vice president of the Golden State Warriors hater club. I'll leave my card in the sock drawer and bring it back out when necessary. Good conversation, man. Well, as far as I go for my winners, for me, start with the Indiana Pacers. Getting Jeremy Lamb was a really good pickup. Getting Brogdon from the Milwaukee Bucks, I like to pair up with a healthy Victor Oladipo, like you mentioned, being the number 3 seed in the East before the Oladipo injury, and now adding those guys to your team can only help you, and the East is wide open. Another team I thought won was the Utah Jazz. I think getting Bogdanovic, getting Mike Conley, really, really good, solid moves for the Utah Jazz. I think this is a team that's really going to be on the rise. You add those guys with Donovan Mitchell, and watch out. Again, Pelicans, I love the J.J. Redick pickup. I like the draft picks they have. I think Derek Favors is a good pickup. I think Redick and Favors, 2 veteran presence that can help the young players get better. So I think New Orleans is heading in the right direction. I don't think they're just happy to be here. I think New Orleans Pelicans are thinking playoffs next year. And with the roster they have, I'm kind of starting to believe, why not? That should be the expectation. Like you said, like everybody said, Brooklyn Nets. I mean, you're talking about Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, KD in 2021, plus the rest of the lineup they have on that team, Spencer Dinwiddie, all those guys, really, really big time for them. And then a team that I thought was going to fall off onto the deep end, but they saved themselves big time, in my opinion. Philadelphia 76ers, man. Al Horford's not a young spring chicken, but he can ball still. He's a great leader. Having him, you didn't lose out on all the assets. I know people are talking about, the 76ers gave away so many assets to get Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler. And that's true, they did. but Tobias Harris resigns. Then you get a guy who's young, but also a shooter in Josh